Hello everybody, this is Brenda Campbell, Certified Zentangle Teacher. I am going to show you a couple of tangles. We're going to draw it on this tile that we prepared in part 1 video. I hope you remember. If not, you can go back and watch that. These are Zentangle Phi tiles. Phi for the Fibonacci spiral. It is a sequence, the Fibonacci sequence, that you find in nature a lot of places. So it's kind of a cool thing. Do a little bit more research. At any rate, welcome to my channel. And we are going to start drawing a couple of tangles. I'm going to focus mostly on tangles that I have deconstructed. So we're going to start with squirts. That's a tangle I did a while back. I think it was last year. And all of these are going to be kind of organic, floral, leafy type tangles. So I am going to totally skip the corner dots and the border and the string because I don't want pencil lines underneath my tangling or on top of the watercolor. So squirts starts with a stalk. We'll just start down here. So you're just drawing a line. And then it has a bump sometimes. And then it has another big bump with a spiral. Now, maybe I should have done a border. That's okay. Now I'm going to aura the line until I get to the bump. And then I'm going to mirror the bump. Aura the line again. And then I'm going to come up here to a point. So that's one basic shape for my tangle squirts. Now, one of the things I love to do with this tangle is draw these little ribbons that kind of go around. So we're going to do that. Do another one. And it does look like I'm drawing with these lines, but I'm going to fill these in with black. So you're not going to see that so much. I think that'll do it. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to fill them in. Now I'm going to leave a highlight. And I know it's green on this case, but I think I'm going to be able to put white over it to make it a highlight. So I am going to do that. And this is going to go on the left side of this ribbon. Sometimes the ink doesn't flow quite as easily over the watercolor. And I have a heavy hand, so I'm finding that I need to lighten up on my pressure a little bit to allow the ink to flow a little better, a little easier. Yeah, that's working a little bit better. And the last one here at the top. Okay, so now I've got my squirts and I've got my little ribbons going around them. I'm going to give it a little bit of love here. Okay, so that's the first tangle, squirts. Now there's lots of different versions of this. You can decorate it a lot of different ways. So I'm going to draw another one and I'm going to decorate it just a little different so it'll look completely different, which is kind of cool. I think I will start on this side. Make it a little bit wider of a stem. Now you don't always have to put these curlicues on the top, but I kind of like to. Now this one I'm going to take and I'm going to draw a line right down the center of this entire thing. There. And this one I'm going to decorate with some diagonal lines. This side, and I will kind of mirror those as best I can. There. Now, because I like a little contrast, I'm going to go ahead and fill those in. I'm not leaving any sparkle on this at all, just filling it in solid black. Again, it takes a little bit more work when you're drawing with this ink over top of watercolor, but it still works. You just have to be more present, more mindful, which is always good anyway. Even when we're making Zentangle inspired art, we can still benefit from the mindfulness and the zen of it. So that's what we're going to try to do here. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. Some of you know my brother lives with us, and he has a traumatic brain injury. So he doesn't communicate very well, and we're working with him to get him better. Anyway, he's having some physical therapy upstairs, and my son and my husband and my sister are all up there with him. So I'm adding some more lines here, just to kind of give it some interest. And that still squirts. It just looks flatter now than this one. This one looks a little bit more rounded. So anyway, those are just a couple different versions of my Tangle squirts. Now I'm going to draw my Tangle leaf bows. That one starts with a solid line. And I'll just draw one of those for now. And then we draw a triangle shape. I always start with the tip. And the point of the triangle always goes to the center line. Goodness, something fell over. Almost scared me. Noises. Okay. Now, I see my leaf shapes here. My triangles are getting smaller, so I'm going to make these last couple a little larger. Okay, now, inside we're going to add some lines in each one. I curve mine a little bit. Maybe that adds a little bit of dimension. Not sure. You decide. Okay, just about done. And there is leaf bows. I think this needs some more contrast. So we're going to add some solid black fescues in here. Now, like I did with my little ribbons around my squirts tangle, I'm leaving a mark for a highlight, even though it's not white, but I will add white in with my white gel pen at some point. Okay, let's try one over here. Maybe I'll do a couple more. Let's do one over here. Okay. Well, I guess I need one more. You can't have 4, you gotta have 5. I think I'll make one more tall one. Put him up here. I'm gonna draw this down. Let's do it like this. It sounds like they're having way too much fun up there with physical therapy today. Okay, I think that I might be done with that in terms of the drawing on this one. So I'm going to leave that as it is for now and decide how I'm going to do my shading. Let's see. I think I'll just do graphite. Why not? Make it easy. So first, I'm going to go and do all my drawing behind. I should be doing it from this side where I can see. I don't know if you can tell, but the graphite gets a little shinier, I think, on these, on top of the watercolor. So that's something I'm gonna have to kind of keep an eye on. Okay, so I did all my drawing behind on my leaf bows tangle. Now I'm just gonna put a little bit in the centers. Now I think I'll just go ahead and blend this out before I go any further. I need to pull it this way. The thing about graphite and watercolor is you want to be careful that you don't overdo it, because once you do that, you lose the color. You don't want to dull it up too much. You just want to add a little bit. It's always a challenge for me, considering I have a heavy hand always. I'm constantly fighting a battle with that. I'm trying to keep my shading as simple as possible for that reason. But I don't want it to look flat, which is why I decided I do need to do some shading. And I could add shadow with more color, but I don't want to take the time. So I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna use graphite. It tends to be a little simpler, so I say keep it simple. Okay. I think that's all I have to worry about with leaf bows. So now I'm going to go to squirts. Now I like to add dimension here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some graphite just on one side here of this. And I would try to blend that out. Again, I'll start at the bottom. I'm trying to stay off of the black, even though I can go back over it if I want. But remember, black is already as dark as you're ever going to get. So adding graphite to black just actually dulls it down, lightens it up. So you don't want to do that. So I try not to add it over the black if I can avoid it. Okay, so that's given me a little bit of dimension on that side. And it kind of gives it some roundness. I am going to just tiny bit on the edge, separate it from the background. Make it look a little rounded. Okay, that is probably all I need with that. And then this squirts is a little flatter, but I am going to go down the center line, shading this side mostly. Let's try to blend this out. Now, shading just the one side of this should kind of give it a look like it's folded a little bit. Flat, but kind of folded with this being a point. I don't know if you really get that, but that's the idea. Okay. I actually don't think I need a whole lot more shading than that, but I am going to bring my black back in, and kind of go over some of these where I lightened them up with my... Well, Todd is really getting vocal now. I'm assuming you can hear that. It's all good. Okay, where else? Sometimes you just want to go back over the line. It's always a little iffy, but I think we're good. Okay, I'm good with my graphite. Now I want to add a little bit of white chalk. Remember, we don't want to lose the color, but we do want to add a little highlight. So let's go ahead and blend those in first. Now, I find the white chalk almost disappears sometimes if you blend it too much, so I try to be careful and tend to push it in with my fingers a little bit more than blend, but I will blend this out a little bit. And you can see it kind of dulls it up a little bit. It's not quite as white as it was. So I think I'll add a little bit more white. Okay. Pressing it down with my fingers first. Yeah, now I'm going back with my black. Darken these up again against that white chalk. Okay. Let's give this a little more love in here, since we know we've got a dry behind happening. Separation. Okay, I might just do a little bit more white chalk just on each one of these leaves. Okay, and I'm just going to blend these out just ever so slightly. And that gives us some more contrast, highlight if you will. Just a hint of a light touch in these leaves, and it really makes a difference, I think. Okay, now I'm going to add some white gel for the highlights. So I've got my white gel pen here, and we're going to start here. And just kind of let that ink flow. My little Fescu highlights. Okay. I think that might be it for highlights. I can be happy with that. So I'm going to put my white gel pen away, and I'm going to pick up my micron again, and I am going to put my chop on here because I think we are done. So let's do that. There. I hope you like this project. I hope you give it a try. I hope you find a lot of zen in the lines, and I hope you enjoy my tangles. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Till then, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.